what's up? You're watching Vec and welcome back to Dirt 5. We're going to be continuing the career today and moving on to chapter 3. Now, before we start that off, I did already do a video for the first throwdown called the Alpha. So if you want to watch that, you can click right there and watch that. It's really short and sweet. They're a lot of fun, but they're really straightforward. It's just a one-on-one race with a given driver. So let's move on. Let's move on to chapter 3 and see what we have. So the last race we did was Acceleration Main Event Ultra Cross, which was a lot of fun. So now we're gonna be moving on to Drama in the Harbor at Henningsvær, Norway. That is with a cross raid or a Rally GT. Now, I just learned this. If you don't like the options for a given race, you can hit Y and pay either 1,000 or I think 2,000 to re-roll the race options. We're not going to be doing that at all. We're just going to be moving on and using the options that we're giving. So for this, I don't want to do a cross raid, although I do have a ton of money. I could buy the fight that like I've been wanting to, but I actually want to use my Audi TT Safari for this. So we're gonna use the livery that I made. I try to change up the colors just a little bit, make it feel more like a safari car. So we're gonna go with that. All right, we do have snow, and this car is designed for a nice rally GT. So I'm confident in this car. I am very, very confident in this car. So we have to jump and trade paint, drift, and exceed 70 miles per hour. I think we can do all of those. So let's see, let's drift a little bit. We didn't drift. All right, maybe here. Oh, too many cars killing our drifts. All right, we're just gonna keep going. Hopefully we can get the jump and trade paint. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, push into the wall right there. Oh, another jump. All right, from here we gotta get up ahead. We gotta get up ahead. Once we're up ahead, we're gonna have plenty of opportunity to actually do those drifts and stay with the speed. We're just getting too bumped into that I just can't maintain the speed right now. But no worries, we got 3 laps, plenty of track left to go. We'll catch up. Let's see, I wonder if I could do a little drift right here. First drift? No, that didn't count. That's so strange. You have these challenges in the throwdowns as well, and those were so easy to maintain. I still don't know, like, I'm really hoping, I have mentioned this before, I'm really hoping to add some kind of skill system where they tell us if we're actually doing the skill, like just like up on top rather than just a check mark. All right, perform 10 drifts. There it is. We got perform 10 drifts right there, but I wasn't even drifting. That's so strange. That's so strange. All right, right here. I think if we cut this corner, we can get into second place right there. No, that's third place. I was thinking, oh man, that guy's in third place. If I beat him, I would get into second. But no. Laps and judgment right there. All right, we gotta catch up. We gotta really get into it. We gotta get aggressive now. Otherwise, we're just gonna get way too behind. There you go. R. Davies. Already passed R. Davies. Now we gotta catch up to DeLuca. And I think he's driving the same car we are, so it might be kind of difficult to really catch up. Unless he's using the Aston Martin, I think we got just a little bit more speed than he does, but look at Aston Martin, that's right there. He might have better acceleration. So let's keep going. Let's keep pushing hard. Let's at least get second place. Unfortunately, fighting for second place is also keeping us a little bit slow, and the snow just hitting us right now. Wonderful. Okay, this one I'm having a bit of a hard time actually seeing in front of me, judging the corner because of the snow. I really like, even they're having a bit of a hard time. They just bumped in the corner. I really like their environment right here. It's really hard to see. It's dark where you can't really see the corner. and just the snow makes it just kind of like this blizzard feeling with the thunder. It's a sort of immersion I haven't had in racing games in a really long time. It's wonderful because I can't see at all like where I'm going. But oh, Jesus, those thunder, like right there. I know there's a jump right there, but you can't even see it. Just so dark. It's really wonderful just how much they put into the actual environment itself and just the immersion to the environment, because that's not something you get too much. And while I don't like not being able to see the turn, it's still some sort of immersion where it's like I have to think about the turn that's coming up. This is not a sim by any means, but I haven't even had to think about a turn that well up ahead of me in a sim, to be honest, because you're always able to look like 1, 2, even 3 turns ahead. And for this, it's hard to even look 1 turn ahead when you're this deep in the snow. So all right, I can't get just 3rd place, man. I gotta get 2nd place right here. So I need to keep 2nd place. They're bumping into me right here. Let's judge this turn again. It's getting really hard. No! Oh, whoa! They just cut into me like that. All right. Oh my God, 3rd place. That's kind of disappointing, but at least we got one of the stickers. At least one of the stickers.
Keep the aggression, because that'll help you get the wins, but just make sure you don't push things too far.
We got that message already. We got that message. That's still a wonderful race. I didn't get 1st place, but still a wonderful, fun race. The snow, the darkness, and everything just adds a little something that you just don't get with a lot of racing games. Sometimes they're just kind of like, it's just darkness. It's just darkness, and that's all you get. You get no dynamics. With this one, it feels like the darkness and just the bleakness and everything, the snow, feels natural. It doesn't feel artificial with a lot of racing games. This one, I really like how they're implementing the environmental and just the weather and everything on this. It's wonderful. Okay, so now we have the option of going to Kalabaka Town. So this is Greece, and that's with a classic rally or super light, or we can go to Lingshan Hills with 80s rally or cross rate. Now, again, I'm not really sure if I'm even saying these right, but we're gonna go with China because an 80s rally, I want to keep using one of my 80s rallies cars, which is right here, the Porsche. So let's go with that. All right, let's get ready. I do believe this is the 2nd time we've used the Porsche in career. So the first time that we used the Porsche was in South Africa, and I'm not sure if we actually done this this particular track yet. If we haven't, then the first time we're seeing this track is going to be in its reverse form. So let's see how this Porsche does. It's really quick. It's really quick. I'm going to give it to the Porsche. It's really quick. Although this, I do believe, is Lancia right in front of us, the Stratus. This one is a super quick car too, so this might be a little hard to beat. So let's judge these turns. There's a lot of road right here on this track, which we could hopefully use our advantage for acceleration. But the Lancia in front of us is just a monster in the dirt, and while the performance doesn't actually look really that great on paper, once it's on the track, it is actually a monster. It is so much fun, but it is a hard car to drive. Just keep that in mind. If you like that car and you go for it, honestly, yeah, again, to repeat myself, go for it. Go for it, use the car. It is a lot of fun, but it's going to be hard to drive. This one though, the Porsche itself, it's really quick, it's fun, it's easy to control if you are a good drifter. I'm gonna say that. If you know how to counter steer, this is a really easy car to control. Otherwise, you're just gonna be hitting the wall just like that, because it does. If you don't counter steer right, it's just gonna keep going straight. So landing on that car right there just a little bit. We have two laps to go. This isn't a very long track by any means, but we still do have 2 more laps to go. So let's keep on pushing. It's me and Ortega right there with the Lancia. Hopefully right there, just trading places, just turn by turn. I feel like I feel like we're just battling out like F1, judging the turns. If he goes on the inside, he'll get into first place. If I go on the inside, I'll get into first place. Judging these slides right there, the sharper turns, I think that's probably where I'm going to be getting up ahead. The Lancia, if you're not careful, it will oversteer, way oversteer. While the Porsche itself, while it is a Porsche, it can understeer just a little bit, and you don't expect it to. So judging by that, if I could just do some controlled oversteer, I think I could stay up ahead of the Lancia right there. So approaching the finish line once again. Hopefully I can stay up ahead. So I do have to stay up ahead for first position for 605 seconds. So that's what, 5 minutes and 5 seconds? That's a strange one, but I think we can do it. I think we can do it. We already are getting ahead. We're getting way up ahead. Like I was saying, controlled oversteer, we can definitely get way up ahead of the Lancia Stratos, and that's exactly what we're doing. But we need to concentrate. Approaching the street right here. Stay on the dirt a little bit just so we can cut. Right here, do a little bit of a drift. Right here, sharp turn. Went a little bit wide, and the Lancia Stratos caught up to us right there. This is what I mean. The Lancia Stratos can definitely take advantage of all that stuff. They'd be really good at it. And right there, I think they crashed, or they actually they braked. They didn't want to do the sharp e-brake right there, but we did, and we're staying up ahead so far. So far, I think the AI right there is trying to use a braking, but we're managing to stay up ahead, at least somewhat. I am still like, I'm looking at the map. They are catching up. Ooh, don't hit those rocks. Don't hit those rocks. We're very close. We're very close. They can still be anybody's race right here. Seriously, anybody's race right there. They can just catch up right there at the last second. Ooh, right there. We still won. We still won. So 421, 296 right there. That's pretty good. And only a difference of about 2/10. That's, so it wasn't Stratos, it was the Evo 2, the 037. So it wasn't the Stratos, but it wasn't Lancia. Got another podcast.
Welcome back to the Dirt Podcast by Donut Media. As always, I have my co-host Nolan, and joining us today, very exciting, arguably the most talked about competitor in the sport right now.
It's me?
People say he is unstoppable. Please.
Is it me? It's gotta be me, man. Talk about me.
Welcome to Bruno.
Not to be self-centered, but you gotta talk about Bruno Durand again.
AJ does not interest you.
Are we gonna go 2 chapters without, referring to us as a player character? It just seems like we're just completely sidelined. We're winning all these races over and over again, but we're just sidelined.
He's not really relevant to the things I'm trying to achieve, and I don't need to go through him or anybody else to get to the top.
Well, I'm appreciate.
You're gonna have to go through me. You're gonna have to go through me.
Not true. I mean,
yeah, it's definitely not true.
Higher than you. He has more races under his belt in the series.
Oh,
so
you're being told, bro.
You're just waiting for him to retire.
Well, first of all,
how are you gonna come back for that?
Set up by people who probably have never gotten behind the wheel of a car.
Okay, I feel personally attacked. By
Okay. Okay. Shit talker.
There's a lot of things that go into
one of the rare times I curse on the channel.
AJ and everybody else is in my rearview mirror. Okay,
yeah, I don't know about that, man.
Okay, but Bruno,
I don't know about that.
You're dominating right now, but some people say, including us
and
on
me,
this show, if there's one person who can actually compete with you 4 or 5 laps,
me.
It is AJ.
It's us. It is the player character. It's not AJ. It's us. It's us.
Look, you used the word dominating, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where that question should end.
Are you picking people that you know you can beat because you are scared of AJ?
I'm not picking anybody. I'm not picking the people who choose to race against me. If they're gonna lose,
he's nervous. They're nervous to bring us, the player character, in because they know it's just like no competition. That is where the domination, starts and ends.
But a lot of people are saying that the only way to truly prove yourself is to win in an actual main event against AJ. Otherwise,
that would be
skirting around it. I mean, are you just waiting for the best to go away?
I'm not skirting around anything. Okay, I'm the king on 2 wheels. I'll be the king on 4. Now, if beating him,
There's
at
this
some
thing,
point
driving
is,
a
what's gonna
motorcycle and
prove
driving a
that,
car is two
fine,
different
bring it on.
elements.
I'm waiting for that
Just
chance.
because it's an
Let's go.
engine and
All right,
on
I
wheels
appreciate
does
it,
not
but
mean it's the same
okay,
thing.
now we're starting to
There's
get
just
somewhere.
different
Now it's
elements,
starting to
different
get somewhere.
mindsets and everything. It's just not
The pot
comparable.
is boiling, all right? Bruno, we need a definitive answer, all right?
He sounds like
Will
he's
you get
nervous.
out
I know
there
he's just an actor,
and
but he sounds like he's
physically
nervous about what
do
they're
it?
talking about.
What are we doing here? What is this conversation about? I mean,
It's about us, the player
okay, you want a
character,
commitment. Yeah, bring it on.
beating
That
both
is exactly
Bruno
what we
and
were looking
AJ.
for. You heard it here first on the Donut Podcast. It's over to AJ. Bud, it is in your court. We have full confidence in you. Will
Yeah.
you accept Bruno's
Player 3,
challenge?
main character coming in. We're just gonna destroy everything. So we have a new thing right here with Pathfinder at Dade's Gorge in Morocco. We did already do one rock bouncer with this one, but we also have another rally with Ada's Rally or GT Rally in China. There's snow in this one. I didn't know it's snowed in China. I've never been to China. I don't really know my geography of China, so from what I know, it snows up in Mongolia, but I didn't know actually it snowed in parts of China. That's interesting. I'm not sure if that's actually correct, because you can choose snow on any track, and there's areas that just it doesn't snow, but you can choose snow. However, we're gonna go with the Dade's Trial at Dade's Gorge, Morocco with the rock bouncer, just because I found it really fun the last time I did rock bouncer, and it's a really interesting genre of just the race. It's a time trial, and it's, I don't know, there's just something about it. I found it really fun. So we're gonna go with the rock bouncer again, not changing anything, keeping that lovely slime green color, and moving on to that. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect in this one. Oh, steering a little bit to the right. Already a little bit of a jump right there. As long as we concentrate, we should be okay. Getting the stickers, or rather the stamps as they call it right there, should be no problem. Should be no problem as long as we concentrate. It seems to be a short one because we're already at 25%, so we already are the quarter of the way. Right there, went straight into a wall, but we couldn't do anything about it. Couldn't do anything about that. So let's go left. That way we go straight right there. Oh, again, it's difficult to see, but it's really interesting. It's really interesting just the way they implemented this. And I think it's something that no other rally game has done before. Rock bouncer, at least I've never seen it like in any way done like this, at the very least. If there's another game that does it like this, let me know, because you can compare other games, like, oh, you know, there's these, like this dune area in Forza, and like, you know, I used to do that all the time. Not quite comparable, I would say. Not at least like literally like rock climbing or the rock bouncer like this is. So one of the challenges is to drift. I don't think I want to drift this. I don't think I actually want to drift this, just saying. Drifting this I think would be really difficult to do, so I'm just not gonna do that. I want to concentrate actually driving this thing, or maybe we can drift it one time. Can we? Oh, that was a drift. That was a drift, so maybe we can actually drift it just a little bit. Oh, went hard to the left right there from that jump. Let's correct. We're not gonna have enough distance to really drift, so I'm just not gonna bother. That's a challenge that I'm just not gonna go with. All right, there we go. Let's see what we got. Did we get three stamps right there? 3 stamps. All right, we got a lanyard unlock. I don't think you guys can see it. You might have just been able to see a little bit of it. All right, now we move on to the Void Invitational at Kalabaka Town, Greece, with Classic Rally or a pre-runner. Or we can go to Africa for an Ultracross, a City Bowl with an RX Rallycross or GT. You know, I want to keep using Like I want to keep using my Rally GT because I just don't use it enough. However, a classic Rally, I also don't use it enough. So the event objectives: perform 7 overtakes, get 7 total airtime, perform 5 drifts. You know what? We're gonna go back to Africa with the Rally GT. I just don't use it enough. However, ooh, Rallycross. This one, we have the option of a Volkswagen Beetle. I haven't done this at all. We also have the option of an Audi S1. What else can we do? Oh, a Megane? A WRX STI. I haven't used that either. You know what? I think I changed my mind. I think I'm actually gonna buy this Subaru. So yeah, let's think of some of our hard-earned cash. Get that Subaru. Does it have any special paint jobs? We haven't unlocked them. We need rank 10. Oh, look at that. A glitchy paint job right there. We have unlocked this one though. What is this one? Nice and little, like a nice rainbow one. This one, ooh, I really like that one. Not too fond of the monkey right there, but I really like that one. We're just gonna go with the base paint job for now. Later on we'll customize it. We're back at the City Bowl, but this time in reverse. The first time we did this was with the Porsche, but not in reverse. So now we're doing it backwards. Now let's see how this is gonna go. A lot of trouble right there. A lot of trouble. All right. The parking structure, everybody just crashed into each other in the parking structure, so I think it might be the same once we actually get to it. So we're gonna have to keep a lookout for that, and it's towards the end. Now one of the challenges is to do overtakes. That is not hard. Overtakes aren't hard. We'd have to do drifts, and we have to do 75 total airtime. I'm not sure what that is supposed to mean. Actually, I keep thinking those are seconds, but I feel like they're not. It just might be jumps, because it's just so weird. It doesn't very much specify if those are supposed to be seconds or just as you jump. Some clarity would be great. Would be wonderful. So now we're in the parking structure. Cut the corner a little bit right there. Really nice drift. That was wonderful right there. Another one. Ooh, yes. Oh, that's good. This Subaru actually handles really good for the drift. Now that we're in the clear, able to judge ourselves really well with the turns. We have nobody bumping into us. This car is really good for those tight turns. Really good. So I might have to do some times with this. The only thing that is kind of I'm wondering about is the back right there. It's open. I think those are probably more the most likely thing there for the air filters or for the cooling. It's probably the radiator back there, but it's interesting how they did it like that. Rather than have like an open in the back, like the open window, they just opened up the trunk. So that's pretty cool. I don't think I've actually seen a Subaru like that ever, either in a game or in like a real life, like somebody with a Subaru like that. If there is, I would like to see it. Tell me who drives it. Tell me what Subaru, because I'd like to see it. I'm not sure if it's practical in the sense of just the game or the way they're doing it, but it's a choice. I guess. The last lap right here. I still need more airtime. I think we're gonna complete it. We have 55 out of 75. This one right there, this guy Laurent is really pushing us out. Slowing us down a little bit. Now we're being pushed into that corner. We gotta catch up. I think the Subaru can do it. So right there, airtime, plenty of airtime. I don't think that was 15 seconds of airtime. I gotta say, I don't think that was 15 seconds of airtime, but I still don't know how to judge it. All right, almost done. We gotta win this. We can't let that guy really push us out right there. Oh no. Okay. I see. We're getting aggressive now. Okay. All right. Let's jump right there. We're gonna cut a little bit right here. Okay. We're gonna have to push a little bit because he is pushing us right here. As long as we We do our perfect drift right here. We should be okay. I don't know why it went way out right there. All right, come on, do it. Acceleration, push acceleration right there. All right, push it. Oh yes, first again right there. I just noticed that the headlight looks kind of cartoony.
Master of the overtake. Zipping past folks left, right, and center. I get it, man. Stay out of the way.
I wasn't meaning to get that aggressive, but yeah, they were getting a little aggressive. They were getting just a little aggressive. All right, we got another podcast.
Now we gotta talk about the main event coming up between AJ and Bruno Durant that was announced on this very podcast.
You kind of gave the poor guy no choice, James. You're like a dog with a bone.
Hey,
Yeah.
I do not
Yeah,
mind
seriously.
taking credit for setting this thing up. I'll have that on my resume. No problem.
Bruno did
Well,
not
anyway,
seem
after what
happy
seems
at
like an
all.
age since we
At
first
all.
had confirmation of this matchup, it is finally upon us. This is going to be the biggest main event of all time, right?
Hell yeah, it is.
Not until we
For
show up.
those in the back
Not until
of
we
the
show
class
up.
not paying
Not until we show
attention,
up.
Let me just take a moment to get you up to speed. In the red corner, we have the reigning, defending, #1 competitor in the Dirt Off-Road Series, my personal friend, AJ. Never lost a main event. Total
Really?
showboater, but I'm cool with that. Undisputed king of the Dirt Off-Road Series.
And in the blue corner,
Who decides the colors of these corners anyway? I digress. In the blue corner, a multi-discipline master from Colorado, USA. A challenger, dominating each and every event he takes part in, making even the most seasoned racer crumble before him, whether that's on a motorbike or in a rally car. The single most feared competitor in the series right now, and some people say this guy is unbeatable.
I
Mr.
don't think so.
Bruno Durant.
I got goosebumps just thinking about how
I
this
am
one...
so good at this. That's why you got goosebumps.
Let
I
me
didn't get
say this,
goosebumps
James.
because
This is
we're
the single
still
most talked
we're
about
here.
event in the
We're on
Dirt
the we're
Off-Road
on the
Series
green
history.
corner. We're in the yellow corner.
Sold
We're
out
ready.
Within minutes of going on sale. That's insane. How many other races can you think of that happening?
None. Nolan, did you get your ticket?
I actually
Nolan,
missed
I
out.
sent you the link. I told you to get your ticket.
I just didn't get one. Did you?
Of course I got a ticket. I'm a responsible adult. I take care of things when they're supposed to be taken care of.
Well, do you have any like +1s or anything?
You know, Nolan, if I gave you a ticket now, you would never learn. Got to draw a hard line in the sand for this one, buddy.
Ooh,
You're getting me in, right?
Rules
oof.
is rules, Nolan. You'll thank me later.
Put me in your backpack.
Oof. Oof. Put me in your backpack. Put me in your backpack. So, since we didn't do Kalabaka Town, we don't get to do the Gymkhana at Nessa Valley. So, we haven't done a Gymkhana yet. I don't want to re-roll it. I don't want to go back to do that. There was actually 2 Gymkhanas right there. But we're going to move on because once we do Africa again at the Lion's Head, we can move on to another one in Africa for a Gymkhana at Cape Town Stadium. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to go with the Lion's Head and then to Cape Town. And then we're going to move on to the final race of this chapter, which is probably, I think I'm either going to do an icebreaker, but I feel like I did an icebreaker before. Or we could do a Formula Off-Road. I don't know if we've done... No, we've done one Formula Off-Road. We've done only one. So I think that's going to be the path that we're going to take. We're going to do China right now. We're going to move on to the Lion's Head, to the Gymkhana at Cape Town. And then we're going to end it in Norway with the Formula Off-Road. So let's get on that. So moving on to Jamo Run. Now, okay, again, while I do like the Volkswagen Race Touareg 3, it's really slow. As soon as it gets into a straightaway, the performance isn't there to push it, and then we keep losing to faster cars. So I'm gonna go and spend the money on a Lafite G-Tech X Road. Hopefully it's not a hopefully I don't regret this decision. Because there's also the Soda Cars Racing BV6, the BMW, which has really great handling. The Peugeot has B handling, and the Fiat has S performance but C handling. So we're gonna have to be really careful about how we drive this thing. But let's buy it. All right, let's see if we've unlocked any special liveries for this. I don't like it. I actually don't like it. But any other liveries? I really like this one. I also really like this one. That one is cool. So we're just gonna go with the basic livery, and then yeah, for now we're just gonna go with the basic livery just for now. All right, hopefully this thing performs like we wanted to. All right, acceleration's okay. So far acceleration is okay. So let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. A lot of fights right there. Hard right as we were getting pushed from the back right there. All right, so I see that this one in particular is easy to push. It's really easy to push aside. If they get us on the rear, they bumped into the rear, you can actually push this car. A lot of oversteer, quite a bit of oversteer. So you're gonna have to control it. You're gonna have to counter steer. So yeah, there's a ton of oversteer on this one. It kind of reminds me of the I was talking about earlier, the Stratos, or that Evo 2 that we were going up against. But the Stratos in particular, a lot of oversteer. This one seems like that, just a little bit less. The Stratos seems to oversteer almost immediately. This one is a little bit more progressive, so you can kind of see it happening, and you still have time to plan for it and counter steer and be careful so you don't accidentally way oversteer and spin out. The Stratos is not like that. This one, thankfully, you see the oversteer happening. You see the oversteer happening, and you can start counter steering with good time, and you can start controlling it. So the counter steer or the oversteer doesn't necessarily happen with an e-brake. So keep that in mind. It's not necessarily going to happen with an e-brake. You could brake and then push, and it starts doing that. So just be a little bit careful. Be a little bit careful that you're not about to oversteer and then you hit the e-brake and completely spin yourself out. So just be careful. Now it is getting dark. There is some rains coming, and this one isn't so dark up ahead of us, but it still looks pretty cool. Still looks pretty cool. Now let's do this. We got one more lap to go after this, after we finish this one. The acceleration isn't quite what I wanted it to be, but again, this is our first time with this car. There's a lot of twists and turns in China, so hopefully once we actually get to drive it again, we can judge it a little bit more as we drive it and more. Though now I'm just being reminded about the Subaru. I love the Subaru. I love how just it handling. I think the Subaru in this track would be a lot of fun. But getting pushed right there. Again, that wasn't us oversteering. That was actually getting pushed from the rear. So again, be careful when that happens, because you could get spun out. You could get spun out really, really easily if you're not careful with this. Now, that one oversteer a little bit right there. Hug right there. Ooh, bumped into it. Well, let's keep going. We're almost done. We're almost done. We already met all three of these challenges. I wasn't even paying attention to what they were, but we met them. We've met them, and that's always good. Not having to really think about the challenges; they just get done. And almost done. Almost done. Almost done. Right there. It seems that we're getting a little bit slower. We got a red time right there, so we're getting a little bit slower. Not sure it's because we got bumped into or we hit the side right there. That could have slowed us down, but it doesn't seem like it's by much. So let's keep going. I think this is the end. I think this is the end. We gotta push. We gotta push right there. So still pretty good. Still a good car. Still a good car, I would say. Okay. So we just finished the Xiamo run. Now we move on to Lion's Head with only one option. Only one option. I know you guys can see it over here, but we're going on to the Highlander at Lion's Head Reverse South Africa on only the Rally GT. So let's move on to that. I want to compare this Audi TT, which has a B performance and S handling, and I gotta agree with that. We have the option of buying another one. Now, this one, the Porsche 911 RGT, has B performance and S handling, compared to the Audi GT, which also has B performance and S handling. So the TT has 375 base horsepower, while this one has 350. However, the weight The Porsche weighs less. Now we do have the Fiat Abarth 124 Rally, which is a Fiat version of a Miata. We gotta be honest. This is just a Miata that's just been souped up. If you're into Miatas, you know, go for it, man. Go for it. It has great performance, actually. It weighs just about half a ton, or actually just a ton, because we're kilograms now, right? So I'm not gonna go with the Fiat. I'm not gonna go for the Fiat, but I am curious about the Lotus Exige R GT Rally. This is the one I'm curious about. So I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna sink the last bits of my cash to buy this one and see how it drives. Now looking at this, oh, that looks pretty cool. Kind of like a classic type of look. Really simple. It makes it look like it's trying to go for the shark theme, but not quite. I'm gonna just put it on, and we're gonna go into Lion's Head. Now I do believe the Lion's Head, it's straightforward. So no laps. We just have to go straight forward. Let's see how the Lotus performs. I've never seen a Lotus in Rally. I gotta say that. I've never seen a Lotus in Rally, and this thing is, ooh, this thing just took off. All right, Jesus. This thing is taking off. It's just picking up air left and right. And as soon as we got a straightaway, Jesus, this thing's a rocket. All right, we're gonna have to go. I'm gonna go left. I'm gonna go left again. Gotta be careful. Gotta be really careful. Some tight corners right here. They're not too wide right here in Africa. So keep going. I think, oh man, I think as soon as we get a straightaway, this thing is just gonna take off. It's just so light. Now I'm actually kind of curious about the Fiat, the Abarth. It might be just like this, but again, I'm just not into it. But the Lotus, I'm also not into the Lotus. I was just really curious, and the thing is just, it's so light. It weighs nothing. It's just a feather with a massive engine, and this thing just takes off. All right, we got some tarmac. Let's see how it handles in tarmac. A lot of oversteer, a lot of immediate oversteer. So a lot of speed. I don't think anybody, even if we crash, we're gonna have to crash really hard, like out of the track, crash hard. I just don't think they're gonna catch up. Just this thing, it's just taking off. And the sound of the engine, it doesn't quite sound like an engine. It sounds like an overheating AC, or just, I don't know. It doesn't quite sound like an engine. It just kind of sounds like the AC is kind of busted, or the cooling in the car is a little busted. Like it's just struggling to keep the engine cool. Oh, we almost crashed right there. Keep going. Let's keep going. We got plenty of street right here. A good straightaway. Let's see how this is gonna go in the straightaway. All right, let's just see. Acceleration is good. Someone's catching up. Someone is catching up. I'm curious as to who that is. So we got Okasawa. I'm wondering what they're driving. I'm not sure if it's another Lotus, but oh, plenty of air. Plenty of air again. Right there, total air time. Oh, of course we met that. Of course we met that. So, oh, Okasawa fell all the way back. I wonder what happened there. Let's see what happened there. Let's get the thing. Let's look for him. Okasawa, Aston Martin. No. I think he's driving another Lotus Exige. I think he might have just picked up too much speed and just crashed on the side and just took himself out. That's kind of a bummer. But he was catching up, and the only one that was catching him up was the Lotus Exige. All right, we're getting another podcast. Taking a quick little break before we go into Gymkhana.
We have to play you this clip. Nolan, do you have it queued up?
One sec.
I told you to have it queued up, Nolan.
All right,
Yeah.
it's queued up.
So if you didn't know, I don't know where you were, but yesterday in the press conference for the main event, AJ and Bruno Durant got into a not so mild-mannered Raz session. Got a bit.
They got into a little
Nolan, play the clip.
You got it.
little bit of a tussle.
You've not raced anyone that ranks higher than you this season, and now you're up against the #1 ranked Dirt Off-Road Series champion. Is this your first real challenge?
Of course not.
Definitely would be.
I tell you, I'm not really a big fan of rankings. and numbers apart from changing AJ's 0 losses to 1 this weekend. I'm gonna make the superstar give it up. Trust me.
Okay, there he is. This is the guy, the big talker over here. Am I really that scary to you, Bruno?
No, you're not scary at all, man. Shouldn't you be out teaching go-karts or something?
I could teach you a thing or two if you like.
Could you?
Yeah.
Go-karts? Go-karts are hard to drive.
Whatever.
Don't underestimate go-karts. Do not underestimate go-karts.
Insulted people, try to belittle them. I get behind my wheel and I drive my car.
That's a good stance right there. I get behind the wheel and I drive my car.
Funny guy.
'Cause you're not really gonna prove anything just talking. You gotta show it. You gotta drive. You gotta
It's
drive.
just too hard. Someone like me, I do this for the joy of the sport. You're a robot.
I'm a robot now.
Yeah, you're like Bruno 3000 racing computer, just sucking all the fun out of the sport, man.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it.
Actually, I gotta agree with AJ. People like Bruno, like the way they talk like that, do kind of suck the fun out of the sport. Because yes, it is a competition, but a lot of these people are doing it because it's enjoyable. It's a lot of fun to do, and it's just something that they've done for a real long time in their lives, and that's why they do it. They find joy in it, and they keep doing it. And they got to a professional level, doing it and everything. And then there's some people that just kind of jump into it, or just in the same thing. They've been doing it for most of their lives, but they're just so much like just a competition that they just suck the fun out of it. And that's the thing. You gotta be able to sit down and have fun with what you do. Otherwise, it's just not gonna be enjoyable.
AJ. It's not like him at all.
Yeah, I know you don't get to see that side of him very often, but
I think AJ handled it pretty well right there. I think AJ handled it really well right there. I mean, yeah, he was breaking just a little bit, but I think it's very PG, very
I want
PG.
to improve your confidence. That's why I'm so hard on you, Nolan. I want to lift you up. I gotta tear you all the way down to your elemental level,
And then build him back
so
up.
you know what you're made of.
I guess I appreciate that.
You're right, you do. You're welcome, buddy.
Anyway, I don't think AJ is shaking too badly.
And I hope you're
No,
not
I don't think so either.
Not yet. And I don't think Bruno knows what he's in for. This is going to be the toughest.
Yeah, I don't think he
race of his
is.
career.
Yeah, Bruno is tearing up the series right now. He's a phenom, I'll admit it. But AJ's got one thing that Bruno lacks.
What's that?
Experience. He's a god in the sport. He's a veteran.
Experience. Yep. Experience is a thing. So we're moving on to Gymkhana, and then we're gonna move on to, what did I say? Land Rush. Land Rush. I was going to go to Icebreakers, but we're moving on to Land Rush. We need to get at least 2 stickers or 2 stamps in Gymkhana in order for us to actually go on to Icebreakers or the Land Rush. They both require 59 and we have a 57. I think we can do it. If not, we could do another one. We could go move on to Greece, or we could even go on to a different one that we haven't done yet. But let's go, without further ado, move on to our first ever Gymkhana. I really don't know what to expect. So we do have some options. We can't buy a car. We could potentially buy the BMW Pro car, which I am eventually gonna do. I am eventually gonna buy. I do want to buy the Ford RS 200. We just don't have the cash because we just bought a car. We're just gonna go with our Rally Raid Porsche. So we're just doing with that one.
If I say Gymkhana, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Can't block.
Donuts. Cars doing donuts.
What's the second thing that comes to mind?
Horses
Hoonigan.
not doing donuts.
Correct.
Hoonigan.
But you were right the first time. It's all about them hearse purrs, baby. Just to be clear, I'm talking about cars, not actual horses.
Got it.
Drift, jump,
Ooh.
and donut your way to success in these custom-built
This is-
stunt arenas.
You need to string together.
This is basically a
and post
playground.
the best score you can in the allotted time.
Keep the crowd hyped.
Oh, that
and
is-
Don't get motion sick.
That looks
Yeah,
fun.
don't mess up the interior.
We'll have to hose it out. We're gonna charge you.
Oh, if we could use a wheel with this game, there's a lot of people that would have so much fun with this. There's some incredible drivers out there behind a sim racing wheel, and I would love to see them do this if this game actually supported a wheel. But let's move on. Let's move on. Let's go on to our first Gymkhana. All right, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect, but let's see what happens. All right, jump. Oh, we got drift this? Okay. Oh, there we go. That's the time. That's right there. That's what I was talking about. So now we gotta do donuts. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't know what I'm doing. All right, let's go here. Oh, okay. Right there. We're doing another donut. Push it, push it, push it right there. All right. Oh. 30 seconds left? Oh, no. Oh, I see. It's a percentage thing. Oh, no. Okay, okay. So I don't think we're going to do this one. I didn't know what to expect out of this. It is kind of hard. Event closing in 5, 4, 3. Oh, we didn't do it. We didn't do it. We didn't do it at all. However, let's see. I think this might be based on points, but I'm not sure. I don't actually know. Let's find out what happens. Let's find out what happens. We got one. We got one. Our first Gymkhana, we got one. I didn't know what to expect, but we got one. I'm actually really happy about that. So we got one. We do have a Pathfinder, so we can do another rock bouncer. We do need one more stamp to move on. You know what? Let's see. That would unlock effectively 2 options. So, I'm not sure what I want to do on this one. So I think there was another race that we didn't do that we haven't done yet, and that was the sprint at Han Circuit. This is with a mono rally. Let's do a quick sprint, because sprints is just going around. I think we get an easy 3 stamps on that one. So let's do that really quick, and that should give us the stamps that we need. That way we're not making the video too long, and we can move on to the main event as quick as possible. I wonder how many laps this is. 5 laps. Again, I don't think we've done this. We haven't done this yet. We are going back a couple chapters to do this, but I don't think we've actually done this yet. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just don't remember it. I keep playing this game on stream and just on my own times for quite a bit. I play this game quite a bit. Although, yeah, although I do like, I am moving on to another game pretty soon. Once we finish this one, I think we're maybe about the halfway point. But that's just so many tracks I've done. I can't really remember that if I've done them on career or not. It's just so much. I'm eventually gonna do every single track in career, but once we finish the career, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna be doing that on stream. So if you guys want to just watch me do all the tracks, all the arcade stuff, all the playground stuff, make sure to follow me on twitch.tv/VicEasy. You can follow me on there. You can join me. We can chat. You know, we can just have some fun on Dirt 5. So one more lap after this one, and we're done. Super quick. Super quick. They literally have no chance. I don't think I'm gonna lap anybody. Actually, we were slow right there by a 1/10 of a second. So I don't think I'm gonna lap anybody, but we're also not exceeding 70 miles per hour. I'm not really sure how they expect us to do that, but whatever. That's one of the ones that they're a little weird. The track doesn't give that enough of room to maintain 70 miles per hour for that long. So that should be an easy 3 stamps right there, and we should be able to move on.
You are dominating right now.
Thank you, AJ.
You spend so much
AJ's the only one that's been, hyping us up a little bit. Really acknowledging our progress.
All right, just keep doing what you're doing. Maybe try something fresh, or if you want to be a perfectionist, you can always enter an event again.
Yep.
You know, if you weren't feeling it on the day last time around. Anyway, you keep yourself busy, because I got to shut down this Bruno Duran guy, and I'm going to go dark for a while. I'll catch you on the other side.
Okay. So he's going to beat Bruno Duran and then go dark for a while. I don't know why he wants to go dark for a while, but I respect it. Let's move on to Land Rush on a Formula Off-Road. This is the last event of this chapter. Okay. A lot of snow. A lot of snow. These tires should dig in, no problem. We got 3 laps. Total air time exceed 60 miles per hour in trade paint. Drift and trade paint. Okay. Drifting and trading paint is a little bit difficult, especially when you're stuck right there, like in the middle, right like that. So that one we might not get. We might not get this one. All right. Still plenty of grip. I really like the amount of grip that the Formula gets. It makes sense because Formula is just... Formula is meant to be the best of the racing for that category. Like Formula 1, you know you're gonna get the best possible racing car in Formula 1, just designed in and out. So Formula Off-Road should be that. It should technically be that. I don't know if it is, but there is plenty of grip in these. There's definitely plenty of grip in these. So let's keep on going. This is quite a long track. We're in 6th place. Let's move on. Let's try to cut some corners here. Let's see if we can get 1st place. They're forming a bit of a conga line right there. That's just the AI right there, forming a bit of a conga line. So let's get up ahead. Maybe they can form a conga line behind us instead. All right, cut the corner right there. Oh, too wide, too wide. All right, you would think that an incline you'd be able to turn a little bit better, which you kind of can, but it isn't like in NASCAR where we can use the incline to our advantage to really turn better. So the only thing we're not gonna get is drift and trade paint. We need to get 5 of those. That's just not gonna happen for me. That's just not gonna happen for me at all. Exceed 60 miles per hour. Hopefully that one might happen, but I think it resets. I keep seeing it reset as soon as we start braking. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't think that's one of the possible ones. Those are just really impossible to do. The other one that had us go 70 miles per hour, and it resets, and it just there wasn't the space, there wasn't the track for that. So some of these challenges are just going to be near impossible to do. So again, I do believe you can re-roll them by paying the 1,000. You can re-roll them. So if you don't like your challenges and all that, you can re-roll. You can pay to re-roll. However, I don't recommend doing that because you're going to be spending a lot of cash. And although you do get a lot of cash, I'd save it for cars, because meeting the challenge themselves, while they give you some bonuses, it's not really imperative to keep going. It doesn't it doesn't affect your stamps or anything. You can still get 1st place, get all 3 stamps even if you don't meet any of the challenges. So keep that in mind. I just wouldn't re-roll. I wouldn't spend your money. It's 1,000. It's 1,000 dirt dollars. Just save your cash. Buy yourself a new car instead. A nice car, unless you have every car already for some reason. And if you do, wow, I'm impressed. If you do, I don't think anybody does, but if you do, Jesus. Either way, unless you have every single car, then I wouldn't like spend money on re-rolling. Spend it on livery, spend it on stickers, spend it on cool little aesthetic things. Don't spend it on re-rolling. Just don't waste your cash. So, all right, we're in the last lap. We're being chased by Mangano, which he's very fast. He's very fast. I'll give him that. So we're gonna have to be really careful. Hopefully we don't make a huge mistake like that. That's actually a really big mistake. For some reason the car just went straight forward. All right, let's see if we can use this incline a little bit to turn. There we go. It forced us to oversteer. Again, we're starting to understeer quite a bit, but it's almost over. It's almost over. And if I'm, did I say a green time? This lap, I don't feel like this is at all our best lap, but I just saw a green time. So somehow we're faster. Somehow we are faster. So this is the end right there. I don't think they're gonna catch up. We're on the same cars, and we catch up. There's gotta be something fishy, but of course it did not catch up. So right there,
Good news and bad.
Mangana. Well, what's the good news?
Is, well, I kind of lost against Bruno Duran.
What?
Nearly had him though. I was leading the first few laps. Everything was just flowing, keeping him in my dust, and then he tapped me, and it just seemed to go wrong from there. I'm not saying
He tapped you?
cheated, but yeah. The good news for you is because of that, I'm gonna hang up my racing gloves and become your full-time mentor.
Ooh.
No, don't even try and make me change my mind.
I'm not.
Because the less I'm racing,
No, because I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna do what you didn't, I'm gonna leave him in the dust. And if you test me, no big deal, because I'm just gonna tap him back. I'm just gonna tap him back. They're just, you know, while I try to do clean racing, if you're gonna be, you know, aggressive, you know, if you want to be Bruno Durand aggressive, you're gonna get some aggressive back. You're gonna get some aggression back. And yeah, I've been driving these cars for far longer than Bruno Durand. Not really, because we're barely playing, like, you know, Dirt 5 just came out. But, you know, just getting the mentality that we're better, we're good. We can, with AJ as our mentor, we can beat Bruno Durand, no issue. So now we move on. Chapter 4.
AJ.
So we do have another podcast. I wish I could have seen it.
Look, man, I don't want to make any.
It would have been great.
You know, the outcome is the outcome. And
the outcome is the outcome.
It's on my permanent record, and that's done.
Yeah, I mean, but you went in confident. What happened?
Yeah, I went in confident, and look, out of the 5 laps of the circuit, I was one out in front. You know, I was holding him back, I was blocking the passes. I was having a great run, and it was going just as expected.
Yeah, I know, man. I saw that whole thing. Then what happened?
Well, watch the replay. It's full contact 2/3 of the way around the final lap, and
full contact.
That was a setup move. He went through my inside line and
oh, he cut him off.
At that point,
he cut him off.
Out. You know, I couldn't get that time
back,
and for whatever reason, there's no penalty.
Yeah, after that.
Contact, so you know, it is what it is.
I mean, the whole time.
Yeah.
Right, you looked like you were smoking him, and without.
It's hard. When somebody goes full force on the inside like that, your car is just gonna like the whole weight's gonna shift. And then if you're trying to shift into a turn like this, it's just gonna go out. It's just gonna go out. There's just sudden shift of weight. Half of your tires are no longer on the dirt, and you just have nothing, and they're gonna be able to go right there because they have a lot of weight being right there. Their weight gets shifted to the turn, and yeah, it's just it's a hard thing to recover. You can, but you're saying it was 2/3 of the lap. After that, it's gonna be hard to recover. It's just not enough lap, depending on where you're at, to really recover.
That's your boy retired.
What?
Ooh.
Weird. I think like there's something wrong with my cans.
No, you heard me. I know.
Sound like AJ.
Look, I'm serious. I got to put all my my effort and concentration into the academy because I can't announce anything right now, but I'm working on a little something. This won't be the last time you see, you know, my livery out there. I just won't be driving.
Oh, really cool story,
Oh.
AJ. Thank you so much for sharing that. But you're retiring?
Yeah.
I can't move on from that.
I've never seen James.
Oh, they'll move on.
Hey,
They'll move on.
Watch this space because we got some real talent coming through and talent that's, you know, actually fun to watch.
All right, you heard it here.
Oh, is he
first
talking about
on
us?
the Donut
Are we fun to
Podcast.
watch?
AJ has just announced his retirement. We got to take care of some sponsorship stuff. We'll be right back.
All right. So that was the end of chapter 3. We are moving on to chapter 4. Let's check out what we have real quick. We got another Gymkhana. We were not taking that route. Do we have another Gymkhana up ahead? That was really fun. I'm gonna have to practice my Gymkhana skills on Twitch, so join me there. And we do have the possibility of a double Gymkhana. So we do have the possibility of a double Gymkhana. That's pretty cool. We also have a Stampede right there. And the ending for chapter 4, once we actually get to it, we might have the option of either an Ultra Cross with a Rally GT, an Icebreakers with an 80s Rally, or a Pre-Runner. I'm gonna go see if I can finesse it to go into one of these two, because I'm just not really in the Pre-Runner. But if it winds up being that, then we'll do the Pre-Runner. Because I think the Icebreakers are fun, but they're a little challenging. But I want to get a little bit better for the Icebreakers. So that's it for chapter 3. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment below any thoughts, comments, anything that you want to talk about. Don't forget to follow me on twitch.tv/VecEasy. Again, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, each other, and as always, have a good one.